The Battle of Cassel in 1328 was not just a military confrontation, it was a fierce eruption of class struggle, political defiance, and royal ambition that left its mark on the turbulent history of medieval Flanders. The roots of the conflict lay in deep resentment brewing among the Flemish peasantry and urban working classes, who had grown increasingly hostile toward the heavy taxation, harsh feudal obligations, and the domination of the French-aligned nobility. At the heart of the uprising stood Nicolaas Zannekin, a cloth shearer from coastal Flanders, who transformed from common craftsman to rebel leader. Zannekin and his fellow insurgents, emboldened by widespread support in cities like Bruges, Ypres, and Vern, managed to seize control of large swaths of Flanders between 1323 and 1328. Their movement, fueled by social and economic desperation, even captured the Count of Flanders, Louis I of Nevers, in 1325, an act of rebellion that humiliated the French crown and shattered the illusion of noble authority in the region. King Charles IV of France initially sought to restore order diplomatically, but his sudden death in 1328 brought Philip VI of Valois to the throne. Young, ambitious, and eager to consolidate his power, Philip saw the Flemish revolt as a perfect opportunity to prove his legitimacy. Refusing to tolerate defiance so close to the royal heartland, he assembled a massive army, estimated at around 30,000 men, including elite knights, archers, crossbowmen, and heavy cavalry. Marching into Flanders with overwhelming force, Philip aimed not just to quash a rebellion but to make an example of those who dared challenge the monarchy. The decisive battle took place near the town of Cassel on August 23, 1328, on a hilltop that overlooked the surrounding plains. Zannekin and his forces, largely made up of militia and armed townsmen, numbering around 15,000, had positioned themselves advantageously and prepared for a defensive engagement. The Flemings launched a surprise dawn assault on the French camp, catching many soldiers off guard. Panic spread through the royal lines, and for a moment, it seemed the underdogs might claim a shocking victory. But Philip, demonstrating impressive leadership and resolve, regrouped his forces swiftly. His disciplined knights counterattacked with devastating effect, cutting down the lightly armored Flemings with brutal efficiency. The battlefield turned into a massacre. Surrounded and outmatched, the rebels had no chance against the superior weaponry, training, and coordination of the French army. By the end of the day, thousands of Flemish rebels lay dead, some accounts estimate more than 9,000 casualties. Nicolaas Zannekin himself was killed in the fighting, his dream of a liberated Flanders dying with him on the blood-soaked fields of Cassel. The French victory was absolute, and Philip VI entered Cassel in triumph, solidifying his authority and re-establishing noble control over the region. But while the battle crushed the immediate rebellion, it did not extinguish the long-term tensions between Flanders and the French crown. The brutal suppression served as a chilling reminder of the price of rebellion, yet also revealed how fragile the balance of power had become in a changing society. The Battle of Cassel in 1328 was more than just a royal victory, it was a brutal encounter between medieval monarchy and the first rumblings of a restless populace, a flashpoint in the long and complex history of class, identity, and resistance in Europe.